have some more music? BBC Six Music, me, Stephen Merchant. The Steve Show is what you're listening to. It's pre-recorded. Do not email or text in. We are not here to receive it. It will just go into some dark black hole. Each week, of course, my guests choose a tune. That's exactly the reason they're here. And Harry, you are first up. What have you chosen this week?
Yeah, this week, Steve, I've got a track by a band called the Butterflies of Love. Now, all the guys and gals on the Steve Show transcribers blog will know that there's a big bin in the Six Music office, basically, because everyone gets free CDs, and all the stuff they don't want, they chuck in a big bin. And every weekend, I go in and shamelessly trawl through it for good stuff. And this was an album I found.
You normally come in about 4 hours ahead of the show, don't you?
Exactly.
So you can really get in. You actually climb in the bin.
Really dishevelled, smelling of wee. Yeah, I picked this out of the bin, and it's Famous Problems, and this track is called Act Deranged.
Harry, what was the name of the song? Who's it by?
It's called Act Deranged by the Butterflies of Love.
It's the perfect song to play on a pre-recorded show because we don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
So if the weather's good, then it's the perfect summer tune, and if it's grim, it'll cheer them up.
Absolutely.
All right. You see, we always think about our listeners, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, what a service.
It's a great service. Now, as you rightly pointed out earlier, we have been seeking out a she-j, a regular female contributor to the show, because the shameful thing is none of us know women. Certainly not women we'd want to bring onto the radio. We know Jude, but she doesn't count. She's an honorary bloke.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you're obviously a beautiful, beautiful lady, but you know, I'm not going to finish that.
No, quick while you're ahead.
Stop now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, make a note. 23, make a note of that one. Okay, that got me out of it. That distracted her. Brilliant. So anyway, we've been looking for a regular female contributor, and we've put out an appeal to you, the listeners, and you sent in MP3s and CDs and everything. It's great. And we've had some people in, and now we've got another one in, and I'm going to expect now a Steve Wright round of applause as we welcome Lolita.
Whoa! Hello.
It's difficult, Lolita, to not mention the name briefly, because it is such a seductive name. I imagine at every social occasion, every party, every time you have to shake a hand, you have to go through some kind of jumping through some kind of Lolita-based hoop.
Luckily not. No.
Oh, really? It's the first time anyone's ever mentioned it. And,
no, it's merely the Lolita hoops that I don't know.
Oh, I see. You've never jumped through a Lolita hoop. Yeah, I'm sure that's a very strange thing. What's it? I mean, we all know its origin, but why did your parents come up with that one?
My mother hadn't read the book.
That makes perfect sense, because it's a curious one, isn't it, for a couple of parents to sit down.
Yeah, it went down very well when I was a preteen.
I bet it did, yeah. With whom? You better not answer that. But it's strange, because what happened when your parents found out, you know, what the book was about?
You know,
did your father come in one day and go, "Oh my God, what have we done?"
No, you know, the book. It's a great book.
It's a brilliant book.
It's a great book. Anyone out there who wants to pick it up, you know, it's a Russian author. You know, it'll make you look smart.
No, it's he's a fantastic writer, and it obviously is a great book, but it's just a curious choice.
It's about, you know, little girl who likes old men.
Sure. Good. Well, listen, you've made a strong impression. I'm not sure any of this conversation can be included on a Sunday afternoon, so we'll have to cut all of this out, and we'll replace it with last week's she-j. No, it's very nice to have you in, and we will sort of be getting to know you better, and we will be investigating you and what makes you tick, and the way your brain works, and everything else as the show unfolds. I have some questions for you. Prepare yourself for that. I imagine these boys will have some questions as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, don't get nervous.
Pen at the ready.
Okay, perfect. Before we speak more, and before we get to the news, let's have a final tune from for this half from Grinder Man, the Nick Cave outfit, and this is a cracking little single called "I Don't Need You to Set Me Free." Make that sound good, will you? Yeah, thank you. Nick Cave and his new outfit, Grinder Man. And I don't need you to set me free. It's very confusing, this, because it's all in brackets and stuff. I don't need you to set me free. I don't need you to set me free. I don't need you to set me free. Use whichever one of those, Jude, sounded the best. Okay. All right. We're not here. We're live on tape from the BBC. It's the Steve Show. It's BBC Six Music. I need to apologise straight away to our she-j nominee this week, who I've already upset and offended. I've slammed her parents. I've upset her about her name, and I do apologise straight away. Will you accept my forgiveness?
My uterus and I will forgive you.
Thank you very much indeed. We will come back and find out more about you after some news on BBC Six Music. From the Help album, of course, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, which, according to Paul McCartney, was written by John Lennon in an attempt to sound like Bob Dylan. And originally it was going to be a harmonica bit at the end, but they changed it to flute. So there you are. They say that I offer no music information on the show. I have just provided some. It cannot be verified. When I say it according to Paul McCartney, it's not like I met McCartney and he mentioned it to me. I just read it online. Is there anything online which is not 100% true? I think you'll find not. So it's a Steve Show, BBC Six Music with me, Stephen Merchant. It's pre-recorded. Do not email, do not get in touch with us. We do not want to hear from you. I am in Morocco as we speak. I am desperately running around, probably trying to find a fan. Cannot sleep. It's just too hot. Too noisy. I'm trying to get some earplugs, probably. I'm terrible abroad. You know, if it gets in any way a bit hot. That's why everyone else goes, but I'm just angry. I'm very much my father's son. I went to Greece with him once. We spent 2 days looking around trying to find the largest fan we could for some accommodation we'd rented, and we had to... Anyway, so yes, hello, welcome, good, thanks for coming to the show. Harry, what are you up to as we speak now? It's Sunday, what are you probably doing?
I'm probably on a train home from Bristol to London, you know, just railing against all the horrible people on the train, probably covered in baby sick or something like that. Yeah,
Sure.
just having a bad time.
Rufus, what about you?
I'll be in the attractive Lincolnshire village of Fockingham.
Ah, of course,
imagine,
that's
yeah.
where you originally come from, of
That's
course.
right, Jude, don't worry.
26.
Yeah.
No, that's...
No, she freaked out. She freaks out. There was the same with my parents lived in Fingeringham. There's no need to edit this.
Yeah, no, these are real
need to
places,
edit
Jude.
it.
You think he's made these up?
You think I'm laughing? I'm
Fingeringham.
not. My parents live there, so I'll
Yeah.
be seeing my mum and dad.
Whereas you are going to need to bleep that one. Sorry about that. No, that's, I think, it's the Devon-Cornwall border, I'm not sure. And of course, Lolita is with us. She's our CJ nominee for this week. And Lolita, what do you think you'll be doing on Sunday afternoon?
On Sunday, undoubtedly, I'll be listening to myself.
Listen
on the
to yourself on the radio,
and
so-
I'll be doubling your listenership by getting my 5 friends to listen as well.
Whoa! She's at a swipe. And she's as much a loser as I because she's on the show. And what will you be thinking of yourself? Will you be pleased? Are you the sort of person who can listen back to your voice and be
Oh,
happy?
probably not. No, I think I'll be sat there with, you know, my fists clenched and my eyes closed and tears running down my face. So it's probably not going to be very pleasant at all.
Yeah, I'd switch off. I'd tune into something else. Again, you know, now one thing everyone knows about me is that I am dynamite when it comes to identifying accents. Okay.
Yes.
And I am getting the impression that you are not from England originally.
Dirty foreigner.
You're a dirty foreigner. You're a filthy, scummy foreigner, and you are from where?
Ooh, am I allowed to say, Harry?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Is that
It just
okay?
means that if you don't ever get invited back, you can sue Steve.
Cool, excellent. Thank you for that nugget,
That's okay.
by the way.
Yeah.
Can you come back next week? Go on. Where are you?
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Exactly, yes.
I've never been to Canada. I'm told it's very nice.
It's clean.
that's the best you can say about it. Great. And can I ask? I mean, is it an embarrassing question? Why did you come to the UK? What was your reasoning?
Do you know, it is in fact embarrassing because a very simple reason is I loved the music.
Is it really that?
You know, I had nothing else to do. I was 20 years old and I thought, where am I going to go? So, that's sweet.
Are you here
They can't-
illegally?
They can't kick me out. No, very much legal.
Okay. You know, is that through marriage or just you've not mentioned it to anyone?
That would be because I have a multi-ethnic and luckily European parentage.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
More ethnic origin stuff, marriage stuff.
I
You're
know.
just digging yourself a
Are
gigantic hole.
you pregnant?
I'm counting the coppers. What's
Yeah.
that?
Are you pregnant?
No.
Okay. I'm not allowed to ask that, am I?
No, I don't think so. Lisa, you can pretty much scan you just imagine your eyes looking over Steve's award shelf and just pick which award you want to
Well,
take.
at this very moment on the Sunday, I'm writing them all down. Writing them all down.
Yeah, that
We-
comedy award from
Ka-ching,
'89. Yeah.
ka-ching, ka-ching.
You say you came here for the music, and that's very much the reason we're looking for people to come on the show, is to talk about music, be passionate about it, which you clearly are. You've chosen a tune for us.
I have.
Can you explain it to me? What is it?
It is a song called Vincent O'Brien by a gentleman called M. Ward.
Now, I'm familiar with the name M. Ward. Is he a sort of lo-fi American guitarist?
He's a kind
singer-songwriter
of
type?
alt-country troubadour,
Yeah.
modern man with a guitar kind of thing. And I saw him first open for Yola Tango at Shepherd's Bush Empire. And he came out on stage and by himself, with a little baseball hat. He's quite a small man. Baggy trousers, with a guitar and harmonica, and proceeded to silence the entire arena.
Really?
I'm not sure exactly what the capacity of Shepherd's Bush is, but
3,000.
3,000.
I love the fact that Jude knows the answer to that. Extraordinary.
3,000 people were
That's
silenced.
why you're an honorary man. There's no other woman in the world who knows that information. Not even the woman who books the bands at the venue knows that information. That's extraordinary, Jude. Well done. Okay, so M. Ward, and the tune is called what?
And the tune is called Vincent O'Brien.
Let's hear it. That's the choice of Lolita, our CJ for today on the Steve Show, BBC Six Music. And the name of the song again was?
Vincent O'Brien.
By?
M. Ward.
It's very much the sort of sound that I like. It's a man with a guitar and some passion in his heart. And you've won me over with that song, at least, Lolita. Who knows where this could lead.
Well, my researcher will be well paid when I
Excellent, great, that's very good indeed. Now, one of the things we've noticed when the She-Jays have been coming is that sometimes they can feel a little nervous, meeting a man of my standing.
I am sunning myself off your reflected glory.
Sure. Are you? Whoa. Are you finding that you're a little bit anxious? Because I'm certainly very nervous.
I find I get nervous around strangers in general, but you can take credit for it if you like.
Thank you very much. You'll find that often what will relax you is to imagine me nude. Why is Jude just flinched there? You'll find that will either relax you or make you laugh. Or vomit. Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is, but that will help. These boys here, I will get them now to ask a question of you in an effort to get inside your brain, see how you tick. Harry, your question?
Well, my question relates to my interesting M. Ward knowledge, and I'll see if you know as much about M. Ward as I do. What does the M stand for in M. Ward?
Is it not Matthew?
It's
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
It is actually
It is, because he used to do a lot of hip-hop.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mofo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great question and a fascinating answer. And Rufus, come on. Oh, this is getting silly now. Let's stop it.
Lolita, you just told a nice story about seeing M. Ward silence Shepherd's Bush Empire, capacity due to 2,391, I believe.
Yeah.
I was wondering, what's the best gig you think you've ever been to?
Oh, it's tricky. I hate to be trendy, but I think it might have to be the Arcade Fire.
Really?
I saw them play at the Astoria about a year and a half ago, I think, and it was spectacular.
Because our She-J last week managed to blag her way into an
I heard that, yeah.
Invited in by the lead singer.
I can't top that story now.
It's a tough one to top, isn't it?
I've met Elton John.
Really?
Have I topped it?
Well, hang on. Only if there's an interesting anecdote about Elton.
It was for an old job, really, and we had to go and record him talking about some photographs that he owned.
Oh, yeah.
He has a very long driveway.
All right, I can imagine
When
he does.
we got there,
I'm glad you said long driveway. I didn't know where that was going.
when we got there, he was at the door in his shell suit.
Was he?
And his hat, sort of waving to us.
Oh, that's sweet. You got him on one of his good moods.
He was a very nice man. The previous week, I think he'd had a very public strop at a party in the park. And so we were there recording, and so I was told, make sure everything's okay, he's gonna freak out.
Was Elton's house very
didn't.
pleasant? Did it have lots of fresh flowers?
No, he didn't. It wasn't anywhere near as ostentatious as you'd
hope.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Not hope.
I'd imagine
He was a
there's
nice man.
giant sculptures of himself.
He offered us tea and biscuits.
That's very sweet.
He was lovely.
There is something innately British about Reg Dwight, isn't there? There's
There
something
is.
of that kind of, I know I've got a white grand piano, but it's got a picture of my mum in a little silver frame, and would you like another rich tea?
He's just 2 steps away from Jimmy Savile, isn't he? He's got the shell suits. It's not going to be long.
Yeah. He's kind of Jimmy Savile meets Liberace. And for our younger listeners, that's a hell of a reference.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Savile did actually meet Liberace.
Almost certainly, yeah. No, I love the idea of people all over the country now going, oh, he's had a dig at Liberace. If you don't know who Liberace is, Google him, and that'll be
It's
fun.
spelled C-E at the end.
Yeah, Liberace. Yeah, Liberace. L-I-B. Just the idea of the flocks, loads of listeners just going, I've got to find out about this Liberace guy. It's extraordinary. Listen, we've heard a choice of yours, but now I want to get your opinion on some new music, because each week I delve into my pigeonhole, and as Harry mentioned earlier, there's hordes of new CDs that get given to us all the time. I try and plough through them, dig some stuff out that I think the listeners may find interesting, and that these guys here may enjoy as well. So the first choice I have made this week is Annuals and Brother. Annuals and a song called Brother. They are a 6-piece band. That is their first single, and it is out on the 4th of June. Rufus, to paraphrase the title of a Coen Brothers film, on Brother, where art thou?
Hey! Very nice.
I think that that it sounded like live music to me. It sounded like the kind of music that'd be best listened to live, and it kind of sounded like the concert you'd see at the Royal Festival Hall or the Purcell Rooms on the South Bank, rather than a kind of big venue. It made me think that with performers, you've got big gurning, grinning, look at me performers like Robbie Williams, and then you've got performers like Orbital used to wear those little kind of torches on the corner of their glasses and stare at the record at the decks the whole time, or the Chemical Brothers, don't look at the audience. And there seemed to be a kind of real lab coat thing about that track, which I really like. They're concentrating very hard on creating brilliant music, and I thought it was marvellous.
Thumbs up from Rufus. Harry, do you share his view?
I'm just sitting here a bit confused afterwards, Steve. I'll read you my notes that I wrote singing along to the seminal KLF album Chill Out, then it went a bit Arcade Fire.
Okay.
And now I'm just confused. I don't know if I liked it, I don't know if I hated it, but it happened, and that's what I wrote.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. It's that kind of thorough music knowledge and journalism that we've come to appreciate and expect from you, and another good reason why we have you on the show every week. Ashijay and Lolita,
Yes.
your take on that?